When I was 25 years old, I was told to retire. I was told to retire from my career in sports and fitness because I was diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis, a chronic inflammatory disease. But my symptoms started years earlier. When I was about 20, 21 years old, I started getting a lot of tightness and stiffness in the upper body, hip and shoulder pain, reoccurring sciatica. And again, I'm only 20, so what in the world's going on? I'm going to different specialists, different doctors. I was very active at the time. I was working in youth sports. I was coaching youth basketball. So a lot of the doctors just said, this must be just overuse. We don't really know what's going on. You're young, maybe you're doing too much to your body. So years go on, me searching, can't find an answer. When I'm 25, I'm finally diagnosed only because I injured my hip playing soccer and an x-ray showed SI joint inflammation, sacroiliitis, and then we put it all together to figure out I had ankylosing spondylitis. So when I'm first diagnosed, the first doctor I saw asked me what I did for my career, and I told him, I was in fitness, I was in youth sports and exercise, and he actually told me to retire. He told me to change careers because I was going to do too much to my body. So the confusing thing is, exercise, movement done in the right way is crucial for ankylosing spondylitis. You have to keep moving in a safe manner to break up the stiffness, to stay mobile. Also, you need to do strength training and cardiovascular to support the body, to remain upright, to help the posture. So I was very confused. As I started to get more opinions, I started to get different opinions, and one other doctor actually told me, you might be in the best career possible if you're doing it the right way for ankylosing spondylitis, because you're moving, you're upright most of the day. But again, you have to find that right balance. And that's what I want to get into. It can be very difficult because, again, I'm diagnosed 25, very young, but I'd had symptoms for years. I knew something was going on. But when I was finally diagnosed, it was a sigh of relief, but at the same time, I'm like, ankylosing spondylitis? I thought maybe I had some sort of arthritis, but what in the world is ankylosing spondylitis? And you look online and you see a lot of people hunched over, a lot of pictures online if you search ankylosing spondylitis is people really rounded forward from the inflammation and from maybe fusion in their spine. So you're very worried at the time, and when a doctor tells me I need to retire and change careers because I'm in sports, that always stayed with me. That stays with me today. I'm 33, about to be 34, and again, symptoms started at 20. So that always stayed with me for me to retire. And, I'm always worried when I'm exercising too much. So finding the right balance for ankylosing spondylitis is the hardest part of the journey because, again, exercise, movement, strength training is crucial to help with the symptoms. But when done too much, you can flare up or make things worse or put your body at risk of injury, right? But when done correctly, it can be an incredible tool. And that's what I found over the years, that kind of switching my mindset around exercise, around fitness, and just thinking differently about it, because I'm really pure, obviously most people work out because they want to look good, lose weight, but when it comes to ankylosing spondylitis, you want to move and work out the right way to feel better. And that's a completely different mindset, right? So thankfully, I got other opinions to keep going, keep moving, but I always think back, what if I followed the advice of the first doctor? Where would I be at today? I do think everyone's doing their best. Ankylosing spondylitis, chronic disease, can be very tricky, especially when you go undiagnosed for so long. I started developing health anxiety because I was like, something's going on with me. This sciatica, shoulder pain, tightness does not feel right, and we couldn't find an answer. Then when I finally found an answer, I was getting so many different opinions that it was very hard to figure out what to do. It was hard enough to hear, you have a chronic disease that's going to be with you forever, and it's probably going to get worse. But at the same time, I'm being told all these different things. I want to do what's best for me, but I didn't even know who to listen to. So I think everyone's doing their best. I think you have to take all the different advice and try to make your best decision. I hope I've done that over time. But this is why I decided to start my own business and help others with ankylosing spondylitis, or anyone who's struggling with movement, with fitness, to do it in a safe way, because from my personal experience, it was very tricky to know what to do. And I just wanted to kind of bring a different approach to help others with ankylosing spondylitis get safely moving and get moving as soon as possible so we can fight this thing. Keep going.